Do you ever feel stuck when speaking English, like your brain freezes and the words vanish into thin air? Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation, excited to share your thoughts, but suddenly you can't find the right words? It's frustrating, isn't it? But wait. Let me tell you something that will fill you with hope and excitement. Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you want to improve your English. Imagine this: what if forgetting words is not a problem but an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to truly shine? Let's uncover this mystery together. Once, there was a young boy named Alex who dreamed of speaking English fluently. Alex was full of ideas and emotions, but felt trapped because he couldn't express them the way he wanted. Every time he tried to speak, the words would scatter like leaves in the wind. He felt embarrassed, avoided conversations, and thought, maybe I'm just not good enough. One day, Alex's grandmother, who spoke English fluently despite learning it later in life, noticed his struggle. She smiled and told him a story. When I was younger, she said, I didn't even know how to say hello in English. But I had one thing: determination. I used to forget words too, but every time I forgot, I thought of it as a treasure hunt. Every forgotten word was a hidden gem waiting for me to find it. Alex was curious. A treasure hunt, he asked. His grandmother nodded. Yes, you see, the more you search for the right word, the more you learn about it. It's not about remembering everything at once, it's about enjoying the journey. Each time you forget, you get a chance to dig deeper. Her words stayed with Alex. The next day, he decided to turn his fear into excitement. When he forgot a word, he wrote it down and looked it up later. He practiced using it in sentences over and over until it felt like an old friend. Slowly, he started to build a vocabulary that was uniquely his. And you know what? Forgetting words no longer scared him, it thrilled him. Now, think about this for a moment. What if every word you forget is a chance to grow? What if instead of feeling embarrassed, you felt curious? Imagine approaching each forgotten word with the mindset of a detective solving a fascinating case. Doesn't that sound exciting? Here's the truth: forgetting words is normal. Even native speakers forget words sometimes. The key is to change how you react. When you forget, don't panic. Pause, take a deep breath, and think about what you can say instead. You can use simple words or even gestures to get your point across. And later, you can learn the word you forgot and practice it until it becomes a part of you. Let me share another moment from Alex's life. One day, he was at a party, trying to talk to a group of friends. He wanted to describe something amazing he saw on his way there, but the words escaped him. Instead of freezing, he smiled and said, "It's like." Ah, When the sky looks like magic, everyone laughed and understood what he meant. They even helped him find the word he was looking for: sunset. That moment taught Alex something important: communication isn't about perfect words, it's about connection. So, next time you forget a word, remember Alex. Be creative. Use what you know. People appreciate effort and authenticity more than perfection. Now, let's talk about some powerful tips that will help you on your journey to speaking English confidently. First, surround yourself with English. Watch movies, listen to songs, and read simple books or articles. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more natural it will feel. Start small, maybe a 5-minute video or a short paragraph every day. And don't just watch or read, speak. Repeat sentences out loud, mimic the accent, and enjoy the rhythm of the words. Second, don't aim for perfection. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time. Even the best speakers make mistakes. What matters is your willingness to try. Think of each mistake as a step forward, not backward. Third, practice with someone. Find a friend, a tutor, or even talk to yourself in the mirror. Yes, it sounds funny, but it works. Imagine you're having a conversation with someone and practice expressing your thoughts. The more you do it, the more confident you'll feel. Fourth, learn phrases instead of individual words. For example, instead of memorizing the word delicious, learn the phrase "this food is delicious." Phrases are easier to remember and use in real-life situations. Now, let's dream for a second. Close your eyes and picture yourself speaking English fluently. Imagine the joy on your face as the words flow effortlessly. Feel the excitement as you connect with people from all over the world, sharing your thoughts, your stories, and your laughter. Doesn't that vision make your heart race with excitement? Hold on to that feeling because it's possible. It's within your reach. Remember, learning English is not a race, it's a beautiful journey. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, is a step closer to becoming the person you want to be. So, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Be proud of every attempt, every effort, because each one matters. And here's the most beautiful part: you're not alone. Millions of people around the world are on the same journey. They face the same challenges, the same fears, and the same triumphs. Together, we are learning, growing, and breaking barriers. Together, we are creating a world where language connects us instead of dividing us. So, let me ask you, what will you do the next time you forget a word? Will you shy away, or will you embrace the adventure? Will you let fear stop you, or will you take a deep breath and keep going? The choice is yours, and I know you'll choose courage. Instead of avoiding conversations, you look forward to them. Instead of worrying about mistakes, you smile at them, knowing they're part of the process. That feeling of freedom, doesn't it sound magical? Well, let me tell you, it's not just a dream. It's a destination you can reach, step by step, and today, we're taking those steps together. Let me take you to another story. There was a girl named Sarah. Sarah loved to travel, and her dream was to visit the United States. But there was a problem: she was terrified of speaking English. Every time she tried, her heart raced, her palms got sweaty, and she forgot even the simplest words. How will I ever visit America if I can't even say, "How are you?" confidently, she thought. But Sarah didn't give up. She made a plan, a simple yet powerful plan. She decided to practice speaking English for just 5 minutes every day. At first, she started in the privacy of her room. She would stand in front of the mirror, pretend she was at an airport, and practice saying, "Excuse me, where is the nearest coffee shop?" over and over. She repeated it, feeling a little more comfortable each time. One day, Sarah decided to take a bold step. She went to a nearby park where tourists often visited and started a conversation with an English-speaking traveler. She smiled and said, "Hello, I'm practicing English. Can I talk to you for a moment?" The traveler, a kind woman from Texas, not only agreed but also encouraged her. They spoke about simple things: the weather, the park, their favorite foods. Sarah stumbled, forgot words, and laughed at herself, but she kept going. By the end of the conversation, Sarah felt something: incredible pride. She had faced her fear, and even though her English wasn't perfect, she had communicated. That moment changed her life. She realized that speaking English wasn't about being flawless, it was about being brave. Now, let's take a moment to think about Sarah's journey. What can we learn from her? First, she didn't wait for perfection. She started where she was, with small steps. Second, she practiced consistently, even if it was just for a few minutes a day. And third, she wasn't afraid to make mistakes. She embraced them as part of the process. Here's a secret: fluency isn't about knowing every word in the dictionary. It's about being able to express yourself, even with limited vocabulary. You don't need fancy words to make an impact. Sometimes, the simplest words spoken with confidence and sincerity can move hearts. Let's talk about something fun now: creating your own English-speaking world. Yes, you heard me right. Imagine designing a space where English becomes a natural part of your life. How do you do that? It's easier than you think. Start by labeling things around your home in English. Write "mirror" on a sticky note and stick it on your mirror. Label your fridge, your door, your books. Every time you see those labels, you'll reinforce the words in your mind. Next, turn your hobbies into English learning opportunities. Love cooking? Watch recipes in English and try following along. Enjoy music? Sing along to your favorite English songs. Big fan of movies? Watch with subtitles and pause to repeat interesting phrases. The key is to make learning fun and part of your daily routine. And here's a pro tip: keep a small notebook or use your phone to jot down words or phrases you hear throughout the day. Review them before bed and use them in a sentence the next day. This simple habit can do wonders for your memory and confidence. Now, let's address one of the biggest fears people have speaking in front of others. Does the idea of talking to a group make your heart race? You're not alone. But guess what? Even the greatest public speakers started somewhere. They felt nervous, forgot words, and stumbled. But they kept going. Here's an exercise that can help you build confidence. Stand in front of a mirror and pretend you're talking to an audience. Start with something simple, like introducing yourself. Say, "Hi, my name is your name, and I love your hobby." Smile as you speak. Notice how your voice sounds, how your facial expressions change. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. When you're ready, take it to the next level. Practice with a friend or join an English-speaking group. Remember, every time you speak, you're improving. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up and trying. Speaking of showing up, let's talk about the power of mindset. Your thoughts shape your actions. If you believe you can learn English, you will. If you tell yourself, "I'll never get this right," you might hold yourself back. So, why not choose thoughts that uplift you? Every morning, look in the mirror and say, "I'm getting better at English every day." Say it with a smile, with conviction. Let this belief guide you and watch how it transforms your journey. And remember, every great speaker was once a beginner. Every fluent English speaker you admire started with baby steps, just like you. They forgot words, made mistakes, and felt nervous. But they didn't let that stop them. Neither should you. Are you feeling inspired yet? I hope you are, because your journey to speaking English confidently is full of possibilities. The more you practice, the more you grow. The more you grow, the closer you get to your dreams. Tip 1. Use a word substitute trick. Imagine this: you're in the middle of a sentence, and suddenly a word you need disappears from your mind. Don't let that stop you. Use a simpler word or phrase to describe it. For example, if you can't remember the word vegetarian, you can say, "A person who doesn't eat meat." If you forget restaurant, you can say, "A place where people eat food." The beauty of this trick is that it keeps the conversation going. The other person will usually understand what you mean and might even offer the word you're looking for. This creates a moment of connection and makes the conversation flow naturally. Tip 2. Record yourself speaking. This might sound a little intimidating at first, but it's one of the best ways to improve. Take a moment to record yourself speaking on your phone. Talk about your day, describe something you love, or practice answering common questions like, "What's your favorite movie?" When you listen to the recording, Focus on what you're doing well. Maybe your pronunciation is clear, or your sentences are flowing better than you thought. Celebrate those wins. Then, notice areas where you can improve. Is there a word you're pronouncing differently? Is there a phrase you can refine? By identifying these details, you'll get better with each attempt. Tip 3. Learn common phrases for conversations. When you're learning a language, it's helpful to have a set of ready-to-use phrases for different situations. Here are some examples. Introducing yourself. Hi, my name is your name. Nice to meet you. Asking for help. Excuse me. Could you please help me with this? Starting a conversation. How's your day going? Expressing an opinion. I think that's really interesting. Practice these phrases until they feel natural. Once you're comfortable, you'll have a solid foundation to build on during real conversations. Tip 4. Join online communities. The internet is a treasure chest of opportunities for practicing English. Join groups on social media, participate in forums, or attend virtual meetups where people communicate in English. Many platforms like Reddit, Facebook, and Meetup have communities specifically for language learners. In these spaces, you can ask questions, share your experiences, and make friends who are on the same journey. Plus, the informal, friendly environment makes it easier to practice without fear of judgment. Tip 5. Play games and solve puzzles in English. Learning doesn't have to feel like hard work. Turn it into a game literally. Play word games like Scrabble or Boggle, solve crosswords, or download language apps that make vocabulary and grammar fun. You could even try role-playing games that involve conversations, which help you practice speaking naturally. Gamifying your learning not only improves your English, but also makes the process enjoyable and something to look forward to every day. Tip 6. Practice thinking in English. This tip is a game changer. Instead of translating your thoughts from your native language to English, try thinking directly in English. Start with simple things. For example, when you wake up, think, "It's a sunny day," or "I'm going to have coffee." As you get more comfortable, move to full sentences and even conversations in your mind. This habit trains your brain to process English naturally, reducing the time it takes to form sentences when speaking. Tip 7. Embrace the power of storytelling. People love stories, and storytelling is a fantastic way to practice English. Try retelling simple stories you already know, like fairy tales or personal experiences. Start with something short, like yesterday I went to the park and I saw a cute dog. Once you're confident, add more details. Describe what the dog looked like, how you felt, and what happened next. Storytelling not only improves your vocabulary and fluency, but also makes conversations more engaging. Tip 8. Turn mistakes into learning moments. Here's a truth that will set you free. Mistakes are not failures. They are stepping stones to success. If you say something wrong, don't feel bad. Instead, think of it as an opportunity to learn and improve. For example, if you mispronounce a word, repeat it the correct way a few times. If someone corrects you, thank them and practice using the correct form. Every mistake you make brings you closer to mastery. Tip 9. Celebrate small wins. Every time you learn a new word, use a phrase correctly, or have a short conversation in English, take a moment to celebrate. It could be as simple as smiling to yourself or treating yourself to something you enjoy. These small celebrations keep you motivated and remind you of how far you've come. Progress might feel slow at times, but every little step counts. Tip 10. Visualize your future self. Close your eyes and imagine yourself 6 months or a year from now. See yourself speaking English fluently and confidently. Picture the conversations you'll have, the places you'll go, and the people you'll meet. Hold on to that vision whenever you feel discouraged. It's a reminder of why you're on this journey and what you're working towards.